but I'm about to. I'm waiting for it to come on so I can entertain Bav, because Bav loves my first few seconds of a video. Right, it's Helen for YouFit Studio. People are coming in already. Kate, Pooja, hello y'all. I know Kate, every time I see you for now and forever, Kate, I just want to see her. Whoop. That's what I want to see. Oh Lord, the sun might actually come out in the middle of this live, and my eyes will go like this. Please Lord, save me from the daylight. Got my book today. It's always backwards, but this is my book. Oh, the book is starting with your why. It's a lovely book. Wow, I wasn't even joking. Look at that. Oh Lord, I'm bursting into flames. I've not seen sunlight for all day. I feel like I'm gonna be like this. Get out. Get back, sunlight. Some of us might be too exposed. Hey Nosh. Oh. Get back, sunlight. Oh. Hope everybody's had a lovely Thursday. A lovely Thursday in Leicester. All the L's for you. So today's start with why. Woo! I've probably covered this a little bit before, but I'm actually going to cover it by the text this time. For those of you who know Simon Sinek, who do not, you all know that I love a bit of Simon. That's exactly as dodgy as it sounds. I love a bit of Simon. I love me a bit of Simon because although he talks about a lot of things in the sense of businesses, actually a lot of what he talks about makes sense. In terms of health and fitness, which is where we joined the lines and lines between Simon and health and fitness, even though it's not really about it. Because when I've talked about, if only you have listened or watched the Infinite versus Finite Games, that is the same gentleman. I liked him. He speaks a lot of sense. And when I always listen to him, I'm always thinking, right, here's his idea, and how does this relate to the people I work with, or yo lucky people, and start with why. That's a great dance. I feel like I'm on commission with him. I'm not. Is one of the ways he looks at how people are successful or not, right? So how people are successful or not, and that's based on a lot of different varying things. Hey, ballet. But actually, he talks about certain belief systems, etc., that help a lot. Bear with. Wisdom tooth is. I feel like I'm receiving a radio station through a wisdom tooth right now. It's so painful. Wow. The worst time in the world to get wisdom tooth pain. It's right now. I feel like actually, part of my face is swollen. Hey, Rally. Probably because I just punched myself, but it doesn't. Well, that hamster. Okay. I'm going to go through what he believes in, and then see if it relates to you or not. Less interactive, this one, probably quite direct, but again, you may be able to relate to it. So Simon says, remember that game? Simon says, there's two ways of getting a result, or two reasons why people do or do not get results. And it's based on one way, which is manipulating situations to get to the end result. And the second one is starting with the end result in mind. So let me recap on those two. So getting to the result by manipulating. Okay, so manipulating the situation, or by, punch myself in the face again on the other side, starting with the end in mind. Okay, so if I'm thinking about health and fitness, how is an approach trying to get to an end result by manipulating? Well, firstly, they start either manipulating shortcuts. So try and create shortcuts by overloading exercise as much as physically possible. Or they'd start to look for the quick wins. So quick wins is anything that's easy. So look for the easy path, the easy wins. That's someone who's manipulating to get their own result. Someone who seeks, when I say quick wins, I'm talking about quick nutritional approaches, I guess, putting it diplomatically. So might look for a meal replacement system, or basically just anything that gets as quick as possible is a manipulation, I think, in terms of health and fitness, in trying to get a result or a success, whatever you call it. So those are the ones you generally start to see. So then second, those who start with the end in mind. So the end in mind, right? So those who start with the end in mind aren't people who see themselves in a size 10. They're people who, whatever we've called it before, we've talked about visualization or leverage. We've talked about the reasons why somebody wants to do something, so the why, but they visualize the why as the end result. So they're seeing it as the end result at the start. So they're already seeing who they want to be or how they want to be at the beginning, right? They're not trying to manipulate the situation to create it in the now. They're looking ahead and saying, this is how I want to be, etc. Right? It's good, right? Simon's not bad, is he? Simon's got good ideas. He's on the money. You can relate it. So then, what else does he use as an idea of why someone is more successful than somebody else in terms of achieving? He used something called, and I quite like this, the golden circle. Golden circle. So it's 3 circles, and in the centre you have the first, and then goes out and goes out again. So you've got 3. You've got 1, 2, 3, getting bigger from the centre outwards. And in the middle, so in the middle of that circle, so the smallest circle in the middle is your why. Right? Hence the title, Start With Your Why. So start for him is in the middle, so it's why. The next circle out is how, and the next circle out is what. So he goes why, how, what. You want to heard you go through these on lives, right? The centre is your why. So your purpose or your cause. So the reason why you do things, right? So the reason why you get out of bed in the morning and do a Met every 7 a.m. is your why. You pull on your why in the centre of your journey at any given point, right? And there's your centre. On the next is the how. So action. So how am I going to do the thing I need to do? There's your hows. And then the what is what am I going to do? So what do I actually do on an action basis? Yes, but then what am I trying to achieve for that action? Right? That in the centre of all of that is your why. So your why dictates everything else, because the centre of the circle, there's your main cause or purpose, right? So I'm sure of you are kind of starting to think about what your whys are, if you haven't already. Why do I do things, right? But the thing is about it that Simon talks about, and the thing rather than but, the thing about it that Simon says is important is that to work the circle in the right level of importance. So a lot of people most start with, how am I going to do? How am I going to lose weight? I'm going to train like my ass is on fire. What am I going to do? Get my ass to the gym every day. Or twice a day. Or I'm going to do whatever I need to do, right? They don't go as far as looking at why. It's easy to say, why? I want to lose weight. Is that the centre of something? Is that a true purpose? I'll get onto those in a minute, because I've gone through that before, but we'll repeat it in a different sense if someone wants to know how to find their why. The why is important, okay, because it creates an emotional context for all your decisions. So you relate an emotion to it that then dictates all your behaviours, right? Your why is your sense of purpose. Again, your why is the reason why you do it day in, day out. Why is emotional, it has purpose, it has meaning, and it's clear, right? It's a clear visual, right? Going back to the initial point, it's a clear visualization or understanding of the person you want to be and why, right? So it's a combination of two. The why is always within you, right? This is the thing. Some people will recognize it or not. Some people do this exercise or not, okay? So, I'm going to do it myself. So how, you might say, how do I find out my why? And I've gone over this in the live before and recapping it and tying it into Mr. Cynic in a health related reason because it works. So you ask yourself the question 5 times, why? Why? You might have, if your clients have experienced this with Sam, when you initially came through the door at UFit, we asked this of people because it's an interesting exercise. Because to be fair, I can go through the why I became a coach or why I continue to drive myself. My first why might be, my first thing would be, what do I want to do? I want to become a coach Okay, so why do I want to become a coach? Change career. Okay, and why do you want to change? Why do you want to change career? Not fulfilled. Okay, and why are you not fulfilled? I would say at that point, 1, 2, 3, 4. Why was I not fulfilled at that point? I'm not fulfilled because I didn't feel like I was adding value. Here we go. Whoa. See, I feel uncomfortable saying it first. So why don't you feel, geez, add value. See, I'm making this uncomfortable myself doing this life. Add value. So, I'm gonna have to read through it because it's making myself. Why do I do this to myself? Do this on a live. I make myself uncomfortable on live. So why do I want to change career coach? Because I want to change career. Why do you want to change career? Because I wasn't fulfilled. Why weren't fulfilled? Because I wasn't adding value. So why don't you feel you're adding value? Because I thought I wasn't good enough. So as a person, I wasn't good enough. If I want to go deeper, the natural question to ask myself is, who are you trying to be good enough for? And I was trying to prove my intelligence to my family. That I somehow had value because I wasn't intellectually given grades at school that reflected my abilities, right? I could talk about this all in past text because I've gone through this and then created my why and then lived it in the centre of my being for 3 years. Now, do I need to do it again? Yes, right? I think everyone needs to revisit their why quite a few times in life. Every time you sense that the drive, the passion has changed, right? Then that's the time to do it again. I've done it 3 times now. Well, this is the 4th, but this is retrospective. It doesn't really count. Still makes me uncomfortable. You could see it happen. I could feel it. I'm like, oh, there it is. An uncomfortable feeling that means you've got to do something. So that's how to get to why. So my why at the centre of everything that I chose to do, my hows and my actions, etc., was the drive and passion to be acknowledged as having value, or having intelligence even at some point, or having value in what I do. So actually at the centre of it, I wanted to add value to someone's life, and therefore, as to become a coach or become a successful coach, I needed to use that as my why. Why are you doing these things? Well, I could go through the fact I wanted a career change. That's a reason, right? Does that get me out of bed in the morning at 4:45 every day for 3 years? Not really. If I wanted to say to myself, right, I'm going to add value to someone's life today, is that going to get me out of bed? Damn sure it is, put it politely. Oh yeah. That is going to get me out of bed in the dark, at dawn's crack, whatever time it is of the day. That's going to get me out of bed and get me doing what I want to do, right? To make me drive, to make my actions. If I thought to myself I'd like a job change in the morning, I probably wouldn't do it, would it? So there's how, right, in an exercise you can find your why, but then how you then look at it is that you may say to yourself, I want to lose weight. Well, that's a what? I'm going to lose weight by training and eating well. Well, that's a how, or how what, right? But actually, what's the bigger reason? What's your bigger why? It has to be 5 times though, right? I got to 4 and knew it was coming. I got to 4 and sensed it. Some people will get to 2 with themselves and go, Especially if I write it down, because I made myself write it down while I was doing it at the same time, right? I could have just done this to camera or record it. But actually to write it down, mate, I was like this. Oh, I can see it coming down the line. Coming down. Right, it's interesting how that can get a reaction out of yourself if you really want to find the reason why you want to do things. Now, I've done this as a health goal. I've used those examples. However, again, like I said, what have we done with the book? Oh, there he is. Mr. here does it in business, because he says the real reason why businesses are successful is because they really think about the reason why they do things, not what they do. Because he uses Apple. He says Apple is brilliant because they want to enhance people's lives. That's their why, not what we're going to do with some phones, because that doesn't really float their boat or drive them or get them out of bed. So whatever you're attempting to do, if you're wanting to change your career, start a family, change your shape, your weight, right? all of it boils down to, what is the real reason you want to do it? Why do you really want to do it? Because that's the difference between being successful and continuously going at something. Now, we've labelled this different things, and I've labelled this different things, and this is just a different way of explaining it, right? Because different things of explaining something will resonate differently with different people, okay? So if you think about it, a lot of the elements are still there. Like I said, call it leverage, right? Leverage is the same thing to some degree, because your why, like for Kate example, is still the same. Bally's is still the same. The leverage is still there. It's just a different way of explaining it, a similar outcome to someone's experiences. So still, it's just that you'll see a lot of this actually ties in with each other over the last few lives. Not tomorrow's will be completely different. Tomorrow's a different tact entirely. However, the golden circle is fundamentally a fantastic way of looking at when things get tough, how to acknowledge your why, pull on it, use it, remind yourself of it, and reassess it if it doesn't get you out of bed and doesn't get you doing what you need to do to achieve your goal, whatever that might be. Again, personal or professional, right? The golden circle rule is the thing that gets you there. Oh, Helen's there as well. Helen's talking about Simon Sinek again. I think if I met him in real life, I'd get all fangirl. Coach Heather's done this one as well. Coach Heather really loves this one. She did this recently, Simon. And she actually did hers at the same time, right? So understood her why and why she wanted to choose what she does as well. And invite all of you, if you haven't already done it, and if you need to reassess it as well. Because actually, Bally, you've got a lot of homework to do, don't get me wrong. Bally's got a lot of homework. We had a one-to-one today. I don't think it was very crucial, Bally, actually. We'd said we'd have a crucial conversation. We didn't. Just some guidance towards a plan. With Bally, I think it would be a good time to, at some point in the next couple of weeks, to revisit your whys as well, your 5 whys, so you get into it and see what your golden circle centre is. Because it's interesting to see if that's still the same or if in some way it's changed. Because this is the thing as well to remember. Like I said, I've done mine 3 times. There wasn't a coach within a year. There's a coach to the point that I would say I was adding enough value to what I wanted to achieve. So I had to keep changing it. I had to change it and adapt it and make sure it was clear, that my why was clear to me. I do need to do it again. I think I said that now for a month, which means it really needs to happen. Somebody needs to hold me accountable to that, Bally. Can't imagine who. Anyone want to volunteer for that one, you're quite welcome. I will take that. So, recap, right? So we have 2 types of attempts to succeed in life, as Mr. Sinek says, when it comes to any goal. And that's to manipulate to get to the end result, which in this instance, again, is finding the shortcut, not doing the work, whatever you want to call it, quick fixes, whatever it takes, all that, the rebounding, the yo-yoing, everything that gets somebody there, to manipulate everything to get to an end goal, right? And then there's those people who think about the end result in mind. They know what it is that's driving them forward because they know where they want to get to in life through their purpose, right? Or what I call it. And part of this is understanding something called the golden circle, where you have 3, is it concentric? I don't know. Someone can tell me. The center circle, and then the layers of the circles outside it, a bit like a Russian doll. And I'll show you a bit back to front. And in the middle is your why, and the next circle is your how, and then your next circle out is what, right? And when looking at this as an idea in terms of when Simon talks about it, he says that it's right, you have to do it in the right order. So if you're looking at the golden circle, the most important thing is that you work from your why. So a lot of people will start by going, what and how am I going to do it? So what is it I want to do and how am I going to do it? And this is the end goal, right? And many of us in life, personally and professionally, do not stop to take a moment to think about why Why do we want to achieve that thing? Not what is it and how are we going to achieve it? Why? Why is it we want something so bad that we're making this decision to drive towards it? And the idea is that you have an emotional attachment to that why that is so strong, it will pull you forwards even when you think and feel you don't have anything left in the tank. The emotional attachment to the why is the reason you will keep going no matter what, okay? And it's always a why. I don't, if any client I've ever worked in, there is always a why. They might not be ready, like I did mine. Just a minute. Still uncomfortable, right? There is always a why at the centre of somebody's reason to do something. Whether or not you're or they are comfortable enough to really discuss it usually depends on where they are in their journey, right? And what I did is that I went through my own at a particular point in time and said, right, and asked myself the question, okay, why do you want to do something? Why? And why is that important? And why do you want that? And why do you feel that way? And then got down to 5 questions I asked myself, and I got to the real reason why I chose and wanted to do something, my real why. And I felt the emotion. If you didn't see it, I felt the emotion inside of like, oh, that pull still, right? Now that my why hasn't necessarily massively changed a huge amount. I still think I have a lot to prove when thinking about my why, and that is down to who I am as a person. I call on that and I'm conscious of it, and I'm not shy about saying this is who I am and this is why I am the way I am and who I want to be, because I own it and say this is the reason why I do things I do. This is the reason why I'm so driven. It's because of this. I'm not trying to ignore it and just keep doing the how am I going to do it? How am I going to do it? How am I going to do it? Because that always keeps somebody at a particular point in their journey. It doesn't drive someone forward. You have to pull on the why to keep going. So I'll pull on my why to say, right, this is the reason why I feel insecure, or this is the reason why I have something to prove. Why? Because I want to get forward and I want to become, again, visualizing where I want to be means I've got to recognize why am I trying to get there, not the what's in the house. So if any of you are in that point where you're not like sure, you're not like absolutely sure about your goal, start looking at why, not the end result, right? Start looking at why you want to change career like I just did. Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to make a big change in your life, like starting a family or even relationships or whatever it is? Why do you want to change something? Why is it you want to become something else? So you understand that the hows and the whats will take care of themselves. The why you really want to do something is the difference between success and challenge. For any client I've really ever worked with, because when it comes down to it, I can say to them, let's talk about your why again, and they're ready. Okay, but somebody's always focusing on the how and the what, and that's all you ever get into. That's where you will stay. You will keep looking for the, not the manipulation, but the shortcuts, the wins, the quick wins of how I'm going to get to next, how, and then the why. The why is the thing that will make the difference between one particular journey and another, in my personal opinion, because it's a passion and it's an emotion, and it's a reason why again someone will not care will deal with any challenge, and we proactively deal with challenges because they know the end result is getting past that. There you go. So that's how you start with your why, and how to create why as well. And yes, I need to do my next lot. Yeah, Bally's got a lot of homework to do. She's like, I'm gonna do Byron Katie first. Yeah, you do that. You did homework on that first. I can't wait to see that. Hey, Nasreen and Pooja. Hey. Right, so have a lovely evening. It's alright, the sun's gone back in. For a moment, we'd have a lovely warm evening. We're not, so it's okay, we're all good. So have a lovely evening, and I will catch you tomorrow. Ciao.